My name is Kurt, you're watching HacknDash, and this is your Switch 2 news for this week. For the new game releases this week/month, we only have the one. June 19th sees the release of Rado Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army. The game has decent reviews, with the PS5 version nabbing a respectable 78 on Metacritic as of the day of release. There's not really any Switch 2 specific reviews except for a review from SwitchUp, who were quite positive, giving the game an 8 out of 10. The lack of Switch 2 reviews of Rado Remastered could be because the game takes around 24 to 60 hours to complete, depending on the side missions, etc. And given that no one received Switch 2s before launch for review, many gaming news outlets are still working on getting reviews out for all of the other games that released for the Switch 2's launch lineup. So there's probably gonna be a delay on the Switch 2 reviews for this game, if they even bother with them at all, considering most publications will most likely review it on the PlayStation 5 or Switch 1. It's worth noting that this game is available both digitally and physically, but the physical release is in fact a game keycard, so once you pop it into your console, it's going to trigger a 17 gig download before you can enjoy your new game. Moving on from the game releases part of this video, Nintendo released a new firmware update. The update is numbered as Update 20.1.5, and the description is as follows: general system stability improvements to enhance the user's experience. So, nothing specific, but hopefully it sorted out some minor issues for launch day Switch 2 consoles. And finally, it's time for the general news segment of the video. The Switch 2 has been out for 2 weeks now. I only got mine 6 days ago, but I've been loving it. Not really news, but I just wanted to put it out there. Nintendo confirmed the Switch 2 has sold 3.5 million units in its first 4 days, breaking sales records for the fastest selling console ever. 2,810 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles were stolen from a semi-truck in Colorado in a brazen heist. The value of these consoles is estimated to be $1.4 million. I'm sure there was a mixture of standalone consoles as well as the Mario Kart bundles, as the $450 standalone console price doesn't quite hit that $1.4 million number. And that's just the value of the consoles. When you take into consideration game and accessory attach rates for Switch consoles, the potential lost revenue is way higher. Nintendo's share price has jumped a whopping 46% thanks to the hype surrounding the Switch 2's release. And after seeing those initial sales numbers, the hype and subsequent jump in share price is looking pretty justified. A Donkey Kong Bonanza amiibo was announced during the game-specific Nintendo Direct, along with game share for co-op with Switch 2 and even Switch 1 systems. And for our last story of the day, one unlucky soul lost 20 years of Pokemon data when their system transfer from Switch 1 to Switch 2 went wrong and didn't carry over their Pokemon Scarlet data. Apparently all of their other Pokemon data carried over just fine, it was only Scarlet that had issues. The now lost Pokemon were from as far back as the Game Boy Advance generation. And that's it for the first episode of Switch 2 News here at HacknDash. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make these weekly or fortnightly just yet. Depends on how frequent news comes out for the Switch 2, I guess. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this first episode that covers the first 2 weeks of launch.